Hey everyone, this is Norbert, and today I wanted to talk to you about Elfnote variants. So some of you have asked me which version I prefer the most. You saw my video about the Albas version. In the beginning I talked, I think, about the Finsmith version with one engraver. And there are some other versions that have been played, that have been talked about, and I just wanted to rank them as far as my testing goes and how I perceive them. So I have 12 versions here, and let's start with, you see there's two Finsmith cards, engraver being the one engraver version that is very popular on the OCG, and the Lacrima is for a bigger Finsmith package. So let's sort them both into serviceable, I believe. Even though a lot of pro players here really hate on the one engraver version, I also don't like it. It had results in the OCG and I don't want to diminish that, so one engraver version is fine. So is a bigger Finsmith package. This gives you better line into draw. This has fewer dead cards because the engraver actually does something, but it also has more area to attack on, because now you have a Finsmith engine, right? You need extra deck space for that, and you can interact with the Finsmith engine. For example, I cut it because the Dracotail matchup for Finsmith is not that great if you go second, because Sting actually becomes a real threat now. So both are fine still though, so I'm gonna leave them here. Next we have White Forest, and I put White Forest here in going first slot because we don't have OSS, so we cannot bridge both ways. In the OCG, you would OSS to summon the Elfnote Power Patron, and then you can bridge into the other engine. But even with that, White Forest engine has a weakness to draw, and Elfnote also has some places where it doesn't want to be drawled. So this doesn't fix any issues. You'll see there's a lot of things going into going first slot, because yes, it is a synchro deck. You can bridge one way or the other, but if your extra engine just does more turn one, and Elfnote is already very, very strong turn one, I don't think that is a good combination unless you want to play for fun, of course. All these decks can probably win your locals. So next we have the Power Patron version, and I think this is one of my favorites. I don't know if it's my favorite or my second, but the Power Patron engine itself is just so powerful at pushing into boards. We've tried with a bigger Power Patron engine with Ziggurator, but also without. And the cards just, while pushing, can also bridge into your Elfnote engine, and that's kind of what you want from your supplementary engine, even though it's the same archetype, basically. But I'm a big fan of this version, and there's still a lot to be discovered here. We haven't found anything good with Shade the Obscure yet, but maybe that takes it to a different level as well. Then we have Centurion, which will also go into going first slot. Centurion, you can bridge again into Centurion. You can make level 8s very easily, level 12s as well. But Centurion generally is known as a deck that can put up big Omni-Negate boards, but the normal summon is very fragile, and you already are weak to removal as Elfnote. You summon your Elfnote, it gets removed, and that is that. So while you add a powerful normal summon to your deck, I don't think this helps fix the issues, even though it does protect your trap. So that's that. But you can also do that with Stardust Dragon. So next up we have Magistas. Same here, even though Magistas can actually bridge, I think, both ways. You would, for example, the easiest bridge would be just you get the Lacrima of Light, and then you send Lucina to the grave, you make Dugaris, you revive it, and you have your combo. Or the other way around, you have spellcasters, so you can make the level 8 Zoroa for Magistas, so you get it the other way. But then the payoff is not that great for going from Elfnote into Magistas, so I don't see it. But probably one of the cleaner hybrid going first versions, so I'm just going to put it here. One of the versions that is not as clean is Yummy. Everything goes into Yummy, and Yummy probably goes into everything, but why would you do that? Yummy already is very bad into Cool Tune, and why would you mix with an archetype that is bad into the best deck? So no reason to do that here. And next up we have Synchron. I have played around a lot with Synchron during Burst Protocol format, and I didn't find a list I was in love with. I think right now it would be in serviceable, but We are getting more Synchron supports with the overframe cards, so I would actually put this in future. This is the own category for this, because I think this might be maybe the best version in the future. So I'm just going to put it here, just right under Meta Contender, so that it's with its peers. But I think this version is really, really strong. Next up, we have Lucina, which is the pure version. I actually think once you are good with the deck, I think the pure version is good, because what you're ending on without bridging into anything is already like an Axel Synchron, a Dawn Dragster, a Crystal Wing, and the trap setup plus Regina in hand off of one card. And that doesn't factor in sometimes you draw 2 cards with the Power Patron card. So I think the version is already very good. You don't have to mix it with something else, but the pure version, of course, lacks pushes going second, and that's why it's below these ones. One thing to note for the Synchron version, we get the trap, the Synchron trap, the overframe, that lets you synchron your opponent's turn, which is incredibly good in this version. Plus, we also will get June Pride, the new Elfnote level 10 in Chaos Impact, I think. So that would also make the pure version better, but it's also very, very good for the Synchro version. So I think this probably will overtake the others at some point, and this will move up. Next up, we have Cool Tune. I think mixing, pun intended, some Cool Tune cards in more or less. You can do a tiny package, just having like a mix or Rico, I don't know. Or you can do a bigger package because Q can summon Elfnote Power Patron. Now you will be locked into tuners, so you cannot go Elfnote combo, but you can grab like the trap, and then you have a Omni Negate for your opponent's turn, then your opponent's turn you synchro again with the Elfnote Power Patron, and then you search Regina, and so on and so forth. What's very interesting about this version also is you can play the Hacker hand trap, Golos, in the Cool Tune matchup, take your opponent's Cool Tune monster, and grab a clip if you run one, and then you use clip and make a Cool Tune synchro. So that's really, really neat. Now, this is in good just because both Elfnote and Cool Tune are very powerful engines, but I believe that in the end, you're just playing a worse Cool Tune deck, you're playing a worse Elfnote deck, which is still a very good deck, but in regards to the other archetypes, I think it is a bit behind. Now, to my favorite card of all time, the Dark Magician of Destruction, #1 slop provider. This belongs to slop, but why would you play this? Make the going first archetype even better while making it worse into Fuva, and making it worse going second, because Azamina engine is not good going second. So I would not touch this. Save your money, don't buy this card, buy Harmonias instead, or whatever, save your money. Last up, we have Albas, and Albas, you probably expected, is a meta contender for me. The version is just very clean. Albas engine is good at pushing into boards, even though you have to think of the lock a bit. It locks you into level 8 synchros and fusions, so you cannot make your Elfnote synchros after you use it from hand, so keep that in mind. But Form the Virtue is very good, sending a sprint, Titanic Clad, whatever, popping a monster, and forcing an interaction, plus the Ecclesia synchro also helps a lot, similar to the Finsmith engine, into Droll, because you just make a synchro, you go into the Ecclesia, that goes into Axel, and suddenly you have, even though you didn't add any cards, you have made a good board under Droll, and that helps a lot with that. Plus, it gives you a lot of grind game. So even though somehow your opponent breaks your board, which is very tough, you will have a lot of resources coming back for the push. And this also makes Chaos Angel very easily, which is a huge upside. Chaos Angel is really strong into Cool Tune and into Dracotail, which are, before a ban list, are projected to be the best decks. So this would be my tier list for the Elfnote decks. Again, you have this future potential. I don't know where to put it, because it kind of messes with the order. You can put it at the bottom, and then you have meta contenders. We have these two, which I've been really enjoying. We have good, we have the pure version, and the mix. Then we have serviceable, we have these two, and then for going first slop, we have just Everything else, RDA is also a version, but I didn't find a combo. So technically, if you Albas, you can make the new Rhetoric Narsfield monk, the Crimson King, and that adds you a card that adds a Fiend. So you could add the Elfnote tuner, but you are locked into level 8. So you have a level 8 plus a level 1 or level 4, and that doesn't synchro, so you cannot really go into Elfnote. So, but RDA is probably also going to end up here, or maybe if I'm missing something, it is serviceable, but I don't think it is going to be in the realm of the good versions. So that is it for the tier list. Let me know your thoughts. Which version have you been enjoying the most? Do you have an argument for one of these versions, why these are actually better than Finsmith? And let me know why the one engraver version is the worst thing you have ever seen in your life, because that's generally a comment I'm seeing from people. But until next video, see you.